Let's set the scene, all right? It's July 7th, 2026, Atlanta Stadium. The air is literally thick with smoke, tension, and just this absolutely deafening roar from the crowd. The reigning world champions are staring straight into the abyss. It's human drama at its absolute peak. So let's dive into this explainer and unpack what turned into one of the most astonishing matches in all of football history. How do you survive the impossible? Seriously, it's not just a rhetorical question today. Because on this sweltering afternoon in Atlanta, the mighty Argentina, led by the greatest player of all time, were not just losing. They were being systematically dismantled by an opponent literally no one saw coming. And the stakes? Oh, just everything. We're talking a legacy, a tournament, and the pride of an entire nation, all just hanging by the thinnest of threads. Section 1. The Egyptian Shock, a tactical masterclass. Now, let's be incredibly clear right from the jump here. Egypt, they were not just some lucky underdog. They stepped onto that grass as a fierce, deeply honorable antagonist. And the contrast we saw is just staggering. I mean, on paper, it looks like your typical Argentina game, right? 64% possession, 19 shots. But Egypt completely absorbed this massive wave of pressure and struck back with devastating precision. Just 15 minutes in, Yasser Ibrahim rises up and buries a shocking header into the back of the net. Clinical, ruthless. They had an impenetrable defense paired with a counterattack that frankly terrified the Argentine backline every single time they moved forward. And that brings us to a really crucial number. 2. In the 67th minute, Mostafa Ziko launches this blistering counterattack and doubles the Egyptian lead. 2-0. Now, to really grasp the gravity of this, you gotta know the history. The data shows that Argentina had found themselves trailing by 2 or more goals in 13 previous World Cup matches. And do you know how many of those they actually won? 0. Not a single one. They had literally never survived this kind of deficit on the world stage. So by every statistical measure, they were done. Section 2, Heartbreak in minute 72, the abyss. Imagine the stadium falling into this breathless, almost agonizing hush. You know that kind of silence that just feels heavy, suffocating even? Well, Argentina wins a penalty, and suddenly the weight of an entire nation rests squarely on one man's shoulders. Lionel Messi steps up, the captain, the savior. He strikes it, and the Egyptian goalkeeper, Mostafa Shoubir, who, by the way, is having the game of his absolute life, dives and makes a miraculous save. He actually denies the greatest player on earth, and Messi is just left standing there, visibly devastated. It's this excruciating moment of raw human vulnerability. Right then, it really seemed like all hope was completely extinguished. Because honestly, that wasn't just a missed penalty. It felt like the end of an era. Just listen to this quote from CBS sports analyst Ian Joy. He said, "I was expecting this to be the headline. Argentina out, Messi retires, never to be seen again." And you know what? That wasn't just broadcast hyperbole. That was the actual reality being written in press boxes all around the globe. We thought we were witnessing a complete tragedy, the lowest imaginable point for a living legend. But then, the script completely flips. Section 3, the 11-minute resurrection, a champion's rebirth. The tempo just abruptly shifts. Desperation suddenly turns into pure aggression. The tackles bite harder, the passes move way faster. Argentina simply refuses to die. Just track how this crazy sequence builds. Minute 72, the penalty miss and absolute despair. But then, just 7 minutes later, minute 79, a spark. Cristian Romero rises up, smashing a towering header to make it 2-1. Suddenly, there is life. Minute 83, the magic happens. Lionel Messi, completely shrugging off the heartbreak of his miss, receives the ball, dances through the defense, and lashes a half volley right into the roof of the net. 2-2. Pure pandemonium. And then, the ultimate climax. Minute 92, deep into stoppage time. Enzo Fernandez connects with a header. 3-2. The ultimate impossible turnaround. But hey, to truly understand this match, we absolutely have to look at both sides of the coin here. Argentina's unstoppable emotional momentum is directly contrasted with Egypt's utter anguish. Because, make no mistake, this game was deeply controversial. Back in the 59th minute, Egypt actually had a potential 3-0 goal by Ziko disallowed by VAR for a foul in the build-up. And then, right before the final whistle, Egypt fiercely claimed a penalty of their own, which was ultimately denied. The frustration from the Egyptian camp was just palpable, and honestly, understandably so. Take this post-match quote from Egypt manager Hassam Hassan. He said, "They want to ensure the reigning World Cup champion stays in the tournament." Now, it's crucial we recognize Egypt's deep sense of injustice here. They felt robbed on the biggest stage in the world, and this valid burning grievance from the Pharaohs really shows just how fiercely contested and razor-close this epic clash truly was. But getting back to the sheer sporting mechanics of this comeback, it all really boils down to the number 11, an impossibly short 11-minute window of game time. Think about that. In just 11 minutes, Argentina completely erased a 2-0 deficit to take the lead. Enzo Fernandez's stoppage-time header didn't just break Egyptian hearts, it quite literally shattered every statistical probability out there. Section 4. Tears of absolute relief. The aftermath. The chaotic noise of the stadium suddenly gives way to this deep, cathartic release of human emotion. The battle is finally over. And, as a really fascinating piece of historical trivia for you, the data shows that Enzo Fernandez's 92nd minute match winner was officially the 3,000th goal in World Cup history. How wild is that? It's a monumental milestone attached to one of the most dramatic goals the tournament has ever witnessed. The emotional toll this match took on the players and staff was just monumental. Listen to these words from Argentina coach Lionel Scaloni.
I can't look up, I'm sorry. I'm really emotional right now. That's it, I've got to go.
That raw reaction perfectly mirrors the iconic imagery that immediately flooded global feeds. We all saw it. Lionel Messi, the captain who almost lost it all, dropping to his knees on the Atlantic grass, crying tears of sheer absolute relief. He actually survived his lowest moment. Absolute footballing heritage. Honestly, that is the only way to describe what the sources tell us about this match. We have to honor the valiant, giant-killing effort of an Egyptian team that was just magnificent, brave, and pushed the champions way beyond their limits. And simultaneously, we get to marvel at the unbelievable, mythic resilience of Argentina, a team completely fueled by raw emotion that simply refuses to accept defeat. Which leaves us with one final, massive question. I mean, they looked finished. They were completely written off, but they survived. So, with a champion's heart that simply refuses to die, can anyone stop Lionel Messi and Argentina from retaining the World Cup as they march into the quarterfinals against Switzerland? I'm going to let you ponder that one. Thank you so much for exploring this incredibly historic match with me today on The Explainer.